All right. First of all, yeah. First of all, I had a dream. And the thing is, I don't dream dreams like that. I mean, I do, but not like. If I dream a dream, I will forget the next day. But this dream was like more of like a vision. I didn't. It wasn't like a normal dream. This dream was a vision, and I knew it was from God because God touched me. That's why, because I knew it was from God. I could tell. So yeah, I just want to communicate that I hope like He works through me to show people that He's actually a living God. He's actually real. So yeah. So basically, what had happened was I was riding up a hill. I don't even need to do these things that I wrote, but still, I was riding up a hill, and then when I was riding up a hill, I saw my friend called Daniel. Yeah, just said hi to him or whatever. Then, like, I saw some things. Then I prayed them in that way. So yeah, basically I committed lust briefly, and then yeah, and then basically I was continuing to ride up the. I was riding up the hill with my bike, and then I was tired. It was it was bare, like I was putting effort into this bike. I was bare riding, bare pedaling. Like then I put the bike next to my neighbor's door because like I was tired. I thought, yeah, I'm out of breath a bit. I just need to put this bike next to the door because I'm out of breath right now. And then like I put it on the handle, and then I think I was there for like 5 seconds or something, or like 3 seconds. And then I turned the curb to go to my auntie's house. And imagine this house here. I don't know this house. I've never seen this house before in my life, never. But I know that's my auntie's house. Like I lived there. So yeah, I go into the house, and then what happened? Yeah, and then like I was telling, yeah, I was having a convo with her until I heard a knock on the door. Then when I heard a knock on the door, I was like, "Who's this?" Then it was the neighbours. So I tried to look through the hole, but I couldn't for some reason. And then when I opened it, it was the neighbours. So that I had stopped in front of. So then, basically, the one was a white girl with a bald head, and one was a white girl with wavy hair. And the bald one said, "Come," said, "Come." Then I must have been like, what? Like, I must have been like, what? Like, because obviously, like, I'm a black boy in a neighborhood, riding my bike, leaning on your door, you're probably gonna think, who's this black kid trying to, break through the front door? I thought, yeah. So I thought I was in trouble, but I wasn't. I wasn't in trouble because then she said, "Just come," and she said it like in the most calm voice ever. She's like, just come, just come, like so nonchalantly as well. She's like, "Just come." Then all the rest of my neighbors were outside, and then they were looking up, and they were like, "Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming." I looked up to see a sphere of blazing orange. It was like a sphere of blazing orange with red lights tightly packed in it. And then, yeah, I found it peculiar because I seemed to recognize the scene before from somewhere, like it was a dream that someone else had dreamt, and I'm now seeing this because I recognized the site. I went back into the house to call out my auntie. Said like, this is what I said. This is what I said to her. I was like, "Jesus is about to come." And I was like, "No, for real. Like Jesus is here. Like He's beginning His purge right now. You need to let's go outside." So, and then we went back outside, but she didn't really believe me. We went back outside together, but she still didn't really believe me. Once everyone was outside, the Blazing Ball 5 began with like the Blazing Ball 5 arranged lights in it began to disperse, and then the red lights turned into flying things that flew around the sky in the most coordinated way. Like I had never seen something so coordinated. Like it was better than any navy any it was better than any Navy, any video game coordination, anything like that. It was better than any of that. Best coordination they had ever seen. Then these flying things, which were like, I think they were metallic in nature, I don't know. They were flying, they were like, probably like little, you know those planes that have the propellers in front of them? I think that was that. Which turned from, so these flying things which have turned from red lights into flying objects became fireworks now. Like they were, and they formed the Avengers logo. So the Avengers logos that you know, like Captain America's logo, that Avengers logo you see today. I especially recall seeing the Wonder Woman insignia. And I don't know why I'm seeing the Avengers logos. It could be just the way I see the world, but I'm seeing I definitely remember specifically the Wonder Woman insignia, which when I did some research, you would see that it means victory, I think. And I remember thinking, these logos are on TV, we see today. Do the directors know something we don't? And I was just thinking that that's what I was thinking. Then the fireworks ended, and it was so huge and so bright. The fireworks were so vivid, and the images were perfect clean cut, accurate and perfect layout of the logos we see. Then after forming the Olympic sign, I believe it was the Olympic sign, everything went silent. I was bummed out for a second. I was bummed out for like a second because I thought like it was over. Like I was thinking, oh, I was really ready. I think I was ready that day. I committed sin like not too long ago, but like it wasn't to the point where Jesus knows your heart. You know, it's not to the point where I was like I'm dabbling in sin. I mean, as a human, you make errors every time, but I was ready that day. Like I was like, if it happened, I was ready. Like I was on my prayer. I was doing my prayer and what, yeah. And then my auntie was like to me, you see, he's not coming, see? Because like she was embarrassed that I was running about saying, he's here, Jesus is coming. So like, yeah, but she was basically saying that. But then I didn't care, because she was embarrassed, but I didn't care. Like, that's why, and the dream taught me that you have to have humility in this journey in order to carry out a peaceful Christian life. To do the things of the Lord, you have to be humble. Because if you have pride, it's going to be like harder to do. So, yeah, that's basically what I thought. And I remember I was running up and down in front of the traffic lights before it had ended, obviously. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I knew it. Like, thinking of trying to leave letters. While I was running, I was like, shall I leave? Where can I leave these letters so people can find? So, like, because I had seen other videos in it, so I was just thinking, where can I see these letters? But anyway, yeah, when it ended, she said these words during the 5 seconds of silence after the fireworks had stopped. It bummed me out, as I said before. Then suddenly an explosion of green energy, as if it was from X-Men, an X-Men movie, just exploded from each person, each person that was taken. Green energy exploded from them, like outwards, radiating outwards like a disc outwards. Then I saw the bald girl who now, that I realized, had cancer. Then me. I was actually so surprised that even though I was prepared, it's probably in my mind thinking, as I was running down, I was probably in my mind thinking that this is going to help me somehow to get to heaven more or something. But on the day, I don't think it would matter. The moment it begins, it won't really matter what you kind of do. Like, I'm thinking. So yeah, I was running up and down. Yeah, so yeah, the bald girl was first, and then, I mean, she wasn't first, but she was one of the people I saw first to vanish in a green light, in a pod of green light. Then me, and then I think I left my auntie because like I rose and then I turned around and I was like this to my auntie. Then suddenly I just went like the speed of light. I went up speed of light, and then I was facing this way. Now I'm thinking, oh, like I'm thinking this is actually happening. Like as I'm riding, I'm thinking this is actually happening. This is actually happening. Like I'm scared as well because I don't you don't know what's happening. Your very essence is being looked into by your God. And like I'm feeling like, am I gonna go down or am I gonna because I'm floating on one spot, but I'm going at a very insane speed. Like I'm going at a very high speed. It was scary, yeah. And then suddenly I hit the ground softly. I didn't feel a thing. It was very soft. Like I hit the ground very softly. Then I appeared to be lying down. I was helpless lying down on like a blue mosaic glass floor with a river of babies. I'm thinking there were other raptured souls that were ascended, and they had now become babies, and I was now a baby floating on top of like clear river. And then the next part is what's on my laptop. Then what had happened. Well, the part is I interpret this as like a metaphor to say that this is a purification process of every sin that you've accumulated, because God does say Jesus did die on the cross, past, present, future. That probably mean anywhere. So any sin that we accumulated, we were now being washed as babies. This is in my head as well. It's like God shows people different visions in different ways, because obviously we perceive the world differently. So yeah, yeah, like I was a baby, and then like obviously I was being washed of my sins. Then God stretched his finger out. I knew it was God, because you know when you don't see, I could see a hand, but it was a hand of like bluish light, and it was outlined. It wasn't just beaming light. It was just like kind of just outlined. It touched my center here, right here, and I just kind of woke up like this. And I was like, whoa, that's basically the dream. So yeah, even though I had this dream, the thing is that I remember the first thing I said, was that even though I'm having this dream, even though I had this dream, I'm going to treat the Lord as my groom. The Bible says, be as brides. And what brides do is they are dressed in white, and they prepare the luncheon, which is the dinner time, and then they have their bridesmaids, or they prepare for the groom. Or the groom does, he picks his groomsmen. So if Jesus is the groom, and he picks who he wants, then that's obviously, you can see the interpretation. What would be needed is to be as a bride. Just imagine every day you're preparing for a wedding. And that's how I see it now, because I thought, I don't know when this day is coming, but I've been given this dream, and Jesus said, go and spread to his followers. I've been given this dream. I don't know when a date is coming. I don't want to know when a date is coming, because I want to do the works of God as if I'm a good bride. When you think of a bride, you're not going to think of her going and doing things that a bride wouldn't do, because that would be an unfaithful bride. So I still have troubles here and there, but still, the moment I see it arise, I just pray against it. And yeah, I'm not trying to say any dates. I would never say that, because for me, I'm very strong on the fact that only God knows. Not even the Son knows the time nor the hour, but God himself. Yeah, so that's the end of my dream. Thank you. It's my first YouTube video, so I just hope anyone has any interpretation can leave a comment. Yeah.